Stephen, it's good to see you. And what makes you think that this could be a drawn-out affair?
Well, while everybody is focused on the Israelis hitting Iran's nuclear program, there's actually a number of indications that their goals are much broader, and that is to weaken the Iranian regime and hopefully bring it down. Prime Minister Netanyahu has been talking about and to the Iranian people for months. If you go back to the days just after the October 7th attacks, the prime minister said that Israel was out to change the Middle East. They have changed Lebanon. They have helped change Syria. Certainly have changed Gaza, though perhaps not for the better. And now they have moved on to Iran. The targets that the Israelis hit were certainly about nuclear infrastructure and military, but there are also senior regime leaders that were targeted as well. This is a signal to the Iranian people that Israel is intent on weakening the regime, and perhaps the Iranian people should take matters into their own hands.
So what would you expect to happen next?
Well, we really don't know. The Iranians, of course, as your lead-in suggested, are threatening grave consequences for this. But so far, they haven't been able to muster the kind of response that many had expected before this event. That's because the Israelis, in an extraordinarily daring operation, have attacked much of, if not all, of Iran's ballistic missile launchers. Now, Iran has many, many ballistic missiles, but if they don't have the launchers, they're essentially useless. Thus far, the Iranians have fired swarms of drones to the Israelis that haven't even made it to Israeli territory. Of course, the Israelis are being very cautious, and they're warning their citizens that Iran does have the capability to retaliate and that everybody should stay close to their bomb shelters. But thus far, Iran seems to be in somewhat of disarray and unable to effect a serious response, at least in the early going.
Do you think it's jumping too far ahead to sort of echo those who say this could be an opportunity for literally regime change or something to that effect? And even if it were, what would that leave in its void?
Well, it's a risky strategy. The Israelis are certainly interested in the end of the Islamic regime. Their calculation is that Iran is only dangerous because of the regime that came into being with the 1978-1979 Iranian Revolution. But, of course, the regime could hang on and rebuild its capabilities and continue to sow chaos throughout the region and continue to target Israel as well as the United States. That's proliferate and actually fabricate a nuclear weapon. That's a very significant downside risk. Clearly, the Israelis believe that with their own capabilities, their own intelligence, and their ability to weaken the regime, that the upside risk is much greater than the worst fears.